Hi guys, today we are going to learn linked list in Java. Basically, it is a group of nodes. Now, what is a node? A node is a class which contains data and a pointer to the next node. This structure promotes efficient insertion and removal in the sequence of data. Now, here I have a pictorial representation of a node. Here it contains data and a next object. So this next will point to the next node. This is a node. In a program, we are going to create a class called node. Here we are going to have data of specified type. It can be of any type. Here we are going to create an integer data type, and it has next as a pointer to the next node. We are going to create a constructor for initializing the data. And we are done here. Now let's create the linked list class where we are going to use this node class. Let's see how. Now in the linked list, we're just going to use that predefined node class through some defined methods. Here we can have methods like insert. Pretty basic, right? We're going to ask for some data, and we're going to create a node. Now variable name cannot be a keyword. Now what's the issue? Oh yes, this needs the data. Actually, Java has a collection framework where it allows us to use the linked list. We can also use that, but we can also create our own linked list in this way. It was introduced in JDK 1.2. Before that, basically we had arrays and vectors for implementing, collections of objects. Here we have to do one thing. We have to check whether yes, we didn't define the head. We need a head type variable of type node head equals null. Now if head equals null, then this will be our first insertion. Now as I told that we will be inserting values into our no linked list, say 5, 7, 9 and 12. So 5 will point to 7, 7 will point to 9, 9 will point to 12, in this way. So we need to start with some data, right? So we are going to start with 5. This will be our head. This node will be known as head. So head is null, so this is our first entry, and this is how we do it, right? So we're going to give a value to head. Head will be now n entered variable, else we are going to iterate through our linked list. How to iterate through the linked list? We are going to create a temporary node type variable, say node temp equals head, and we are going to initialize it with head, while every node type variable has a next variable defined in it, which is points to the next, which is supposed to point to the next node. And the last data will of course point to null. 12 will point to null, and that is the condition that I am using here. While temp.next is not equal to null, we shall continue iterating. So this will gradually promote me to the end of the linked list, the end of the sequence. And when I reach the end of the sequence, I want to add my new data which has been inserted in this. Now this statement basically jumps from one node to other node. If this condition is true, say, and the loop enters here, and we can see the run if we let me finish the code. If temp.next is not equals to null, we are initializing temp as temp.next. Yes, and then fine. And what you gonna do at the end? At the end, we have to link the data that we have entered with the last data that has been entered. Well, the last data here will be temp.next, and this will now point to the newly entered data, which is n. I think this is correct. Now to verify, we also need a method called show, which will print the elements in the linked list. This would be a void type method. Now here simply we will copy this same code we didn't initialize temp, and we are going to print the data in each node. That's how we're going to do it, right? Now to use this linked list, we need to create a main method. You can also create a caller class, but I'm going to do it here only. Insert we need to pass a data, and our data will be 5. Copy this and paste it over and over as many times as you want. Now, we might have a question that why a linked list? Now, insertion in linked list is way easier uh, in most of the cases as compared to arrays and standard other data structures. Now, there is also no size issues because it is you can extend it infinitely. There is no specified size until you run out of your memory. It will go on creating objects containing data. And it has also demerits like searching is difficult. As you can see, no matter what method do we introduce in this linked list, our starting point will be the head. So we can guess that if this linked list is very long, say containing too many number of nodes, then iterating over it would be a difficult task. And at the end we are going to call show method to print this. I guess this will work, and yes, it does. It prints 5, 7 and 9, but you can see that it is not printing the last value that I have inserted, that is 12. So to hover over this problem, you can take a look in this method show. While temp.next not equals null, yes, this will iterate us, this condition will iterate us to the end of the node. So at the end of the execution, my pointer is now pointing to the last data that has been entered, 12. But 12, the next value in this node is null. So the condition is met and it is never entering into this loop in this between these braces, and that is why it is not printing the data here. So simply what we have to do is print the current data. The current data is already stored in temp, so temp dot data, and this will probably solve the problem. Yes, and it does. And we have successfully created a linked list which can um, take integer type data and print it. Thanks guys, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe.